What's up, everyone? Today we're diving into something that's probably crossed your mind more than once, especially if you value your privacy. It's about your phone's location. We all know about GPS, right? That little toggle you can flip off thinking you've just vanished from the digital map. Well, I've been looking into this and it turns out it's not quite that simple. Think turning off GPS makes you invisible? Think again, your phone still knows exactly where you are, and the way it does it might surprise you. It's a complex web of technologies, constantly working in the background, painting a surprisingly accurate picture of your movements. It's a common misconception that GPS is the be-all and end-all of location tracking on our devices, but the reality is, our smartphones are packed with a suite of sensors and communication tools that, even without active GPS, can triangulate, estimate, and even predict our whereabouts with a pretty impressive degree of accuracy. We're talking about everyday technologies that you interact with or that interact with you, often without you even realizing it. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about understanding the tech we use every single day and how it actually works under the hood. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly how your phone manages to keep tabs on you, even when you've consciously tried to go off the grid by disabling that GPS. We'll explore 5 key methods, from the Wi-Fi networks around you to the very patterns of your daily activity. It's fascinating stuff, and a little unsettling too, but knowledge is power. By the end of this, you'll have a much clearer picture of what's really going on inside that pocket computer. Let's get into it. Alright, so first up, let's talk about Wi-Fi. You might think Wi-Fi is only relevant for location when you're actively connected to a network, browsing the web, or streaming. But here's the kicker. Your phone is constantly scanning for nearby Wi-Fi signals, even if you're not connected to any of them, and even if Wi-Fi is off in your main settings. Often, the scanning for location services persists. It's like your phone is always quietly listening, trying to map out the wireless landscape around it. This isn't just for convenience, like quickly finding a network to join, it's a powerful tool for location determination. Each Wi-Fi router, whether it's in your home, a coffee shop, or an office building, has a unique identifier called a BSS ID, which is essentially its MAC address. Think of it as a specific street address for that router. Now, companies like Google, Apple, and others have spent years building up massive, crowdsourced databases that map these BSS IDs to precise geographic locations. They do this by collecting data from phones that do have GPS enabled and are also seeing these Wi-Fi networks. So, your phone detects a list of BSS IDs in its vicinity. Then, your phone can compare the unique IDs of the Wi-Fi routers it detects against these enormous, constantly updated location databases. If it finds matches for the BSS IDs it's picking up, and it usually finds several, boom. It can pinpoint your location, often within a few feet, especially in densely populated urban areas where Wi-Fi networks are everywhere. It's incredibly efficient and surprisingly accurate, all without touching your GPS. It's one of the primary ways your phone figures out where it is indoors, where GPS signals often struggle to penetrate. Okay, moving on from Wi-Fi, let's discuss something even more fundamental to how your phone operates: cell towers. Your smartphone, by its very nature as a communication device, is always in conversation with nearby cell towers. This is essential for it to make and receive calls, send texts, and access mobile data. It needs to maintain a signal, and to do that, it's constantly pinging towers, letting them know, hey, I'm here and this is how strong my connection is. This constant handshake is key. Now, your phone doesn't just connect to one tower, it's usually aware of several towers in its vicinity. And this is where cell tower triangulation, or more accurately, trilateration, comes into play. By measuring the strength of the signal received from multiple different cell towers, and sometimes the timing advance, how long it takes for signals to travel back and forth, your service provider, and therefore your phone, can make a pretty good estimate of your location. The stronger the signal from a particular tower, the closer you generally are to it. This method might not be as pinpoint accurate as GPS or Wi-Fi BSS ID mapping, especially in rural areas where cell towers are more spread out. In those situations, the accuracy might be within a few hundred meters or even a kilometer. However, in cities and suburban areas with a higher density of cell towers, the precision improves significantly. And the crucial part is, this is happening constantly, as long as your phone has a signal. It's a foundational layer of location awareness that's always active, forming a broader picture of where you might be, even if other, more precise methods are unavailable or turned off. So, we've covered Wi-Fi and cell towers, but there's another, more subtle player in the location game: Bluetooth beacons. These are small, low-energy hardware transmitters that are increasingly being deployed in all sorts of public and commercial spaces. Think stores, shopping malls, airports, train stations, and even bus stops. These tiny devices are designed to broadcast a unique identifier using Bluetooth Low Energy, and they are silently pinging any receptive device in their vicinity, including your phone, if Bluetooth is enabled. The way this works is that these beacons are strategically placed and their exact locations are often mapped. When your phone, with Bluetooth turned on, passes within range of one of these beacons, it hears the beacon's unique ID. Your phone, or apps on your phone with the right permissions, can then cross-reference this ID with a database that knows where that specific beacon is located. It's a bit like a digital breadcrumb trail. The range of these beacons is typically short, from a few feet to a couple of dozen meters, which allows for quite granular location data. This technology is used for various purposes, like providing indoor navigation in a large mall, sending you location-specific offers when you're near a particular product in a store, or even for asset tracking. But the key takeaway for our discussion is that these beacons contribute to building a detailed location profile. If your phone detects a sequence of these mapped beacons, it's not just logging your general area, it can trace your path through a building or a commercial district with a surprising level of accuracy, all independent of GPS. Beyond just receiving signals from the outside world like Wi-Fi, cell towers, and Bluetooth, your phone has a whole suite of sophisticated sensors that contribute to understanding its location and movement. I'm talking about the accelerometer, gyroscope, magnetometer, and often a barometer. Each of these plays a distinct role, and when their data is combined, it paints a rich picture of not just where you are, but how you're moving, and what your immediate environment might be like. The accelerometer, as the name suggests, measures acceleration. This helps your phone understand if it's moving, how fast it's changing speed, and in what direction. The gyroscope measures orientation and angular velocity, so it knows if the phone is tilted, rotated, or turned. The magnetometer acts like a digital compass, detecting magnetic fields, including the Earth's, to determine direction. And the barometer, if your phone has one, measures air pressure, which can be surprisingly effective at estimating changes in altitude, like figuring out what floor you're on in a building. When the data from these sensors are fused together, often processed by complex algorithms and machine learning models on the device, your phone can build a surprisingly detailed understanding of your activity. For example, it can detect if you're walking, running, cycling, or in a vehicle. It can even make educated guesses about your elevation. This sensor fusion, while not providing a direct geographic coordinate like GPS, provides crucial contextual information that, when combined with other location methods, significantly refines the accuracy and richness of the location data. It helps fill in the blanks, especially when GPS signals are weak or unavailable, like indoors or in dense urban canyons. Finally, and perhaps the most encompassing method, is how your phone, or rather the services running on it, learns from your activity itself. Companies like Google and Apple employ sophisticated artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms that are constantly working to correlate all the bits of data your phone collects. This includes your app usage patterns, the Wi-Fi networks you frequently connect to or are simply near, your known travel routes, and even the times of day you're typically in certain locations. It's about building a predictive model of your life. Think about it. If you always connect to your home Wi-Fi in the evenings and your work Wi-Fi during weekdays, your phone learns these as significant locations. If you frequently use a navigation app to go from home to work, that route becomes a known quantity. If your phone's sensors detect a walking pattern every morning around 8 a.m., followed by connection to a specific coffee shop's Wi-Fi, that too becomes part of your predictable behavior. This isn't just about current location, it's about understanding your habits and routines. So even when GPS is off, and perhaps other signals are sparse, your phone can make highly educated guesses about where you are or where you're going based on this learned behavior. It can fill in the blanks in your location history by inferring your position from these established patterns. If it knows you usually take a certain train line and it detects the characteristic motion of a train, along with brief connections to Wi-Fi hotspots known to be at stations on that line, it can be pretty confident about your whereabouts. It's a powerful, cumulative form of location awareness, built from your own digital footprint. So, as we've seen, turning off that GPS toggle definitely doesn't mean your phone suddenly has amnesia about its location. It's got a whole toolkit of other ways to figure out where it is, from the Wi-Fi networks it can hear, to the cell towers it's constantly talking to, the Bluetooth beacons pinging it, the intricate sensors tracking its every move, and even the AI learning your daily routines. It's a complex, layered system designed for a world where location context is increasingly important for how our devices serve us. So, next time you think you've gone off the grid, remember, your phone might still be watching, not with GPS, but with everything else. It's not necessarily malicious in intent. A lot of this helps apps provide useful, context-aware services like finding nearby restaurants or providing accurate navigation, even in GPS-denied areas. But it's a significant amount of data, and it's worth being aware of how it's collected and used. Creeped out yet? Hopefully more informed than creeped out. Understanding these mechanisms is the first step towards making more informed choices about your privacy and how you use your tech. It's about knowing what data you're generating and who might have access to it. You're watching Verified Genius, where your curiosity gets answers, your questions get deeper, and the truth is always smarter than fiction. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.